Hello.
Yes, Aish.
Ma'am, am I audible clearly?
Yes, yes. Yeah, other students getting clear wise? Akanksha getting clear wise?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, Aish. We can start.
So, good morning, everyone. I'm Ayush, and today I'll be covering the concept of direct access or random access. First, we need to know why we need to study this topic. So, we'll understand this with the help of an example.
Ayush,
Uh,
we are getting little bit echo.
okay, ma'am, I'll check.
You are from mobile also, like connected with mobile and laptop both?
Ma'am, I'll check first.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, is there still
No, no. Now it's clear.
okay, okay. Yeah, first we need to know why we need to study direct access. I mean, what advantages does it have? So we'll understand this with the help of an example. Consider a file of 10 records, and let's say you want to search fifth record in that file. So if you were to access that file sequentially, you'll have to go through all the four records before it. But since there are only four record, it doesn't really make much of a difference in terms of time or CPU utilization and computer resources. But if you were to search a record in a file which contains 10,000 records or maybe lakhs of records, and you were to reach a record at maybe position 9,000, then you'd have to and then in sequential access, you'll have to go through all the 8,999 records uh, before reaching the actual record. So this means that the CPU was utilized for unimportant tasks because those 8,999 records were of no use to the user. The user was only interested in that record at position 9,000. So this is one of the disadvantages of sequential access that is solved by direct access. In the figure, we can see if we were to access this highlighted record using sequential access, then we'll have to uh, go through every other record before it. But in case of random access, we can directly jump to that record and fetch that record. So if you want to reach record 9,000, you directly go to that record instead of traversing through all the records before it. Also, if we were to go from this record to this record or to this record, in random access, we can simply know the location of the record, go to that record from here to here, from here to here, or from here to here, anywhere we can go. But in sequential access, we can only move in the forward direction. What this means is that the file stream for sequential access works in only single direction, that is forward direction. But in random access, it works both ways. So we can say that any record can be accessed directly or randomly in random access, then sequentially, and hence the name for this file access method is random access or direct access. Now I'll be logically speaking and try to visualize it. In case of random access, if you were to access this record, let's say the time taken is n, or if you were to access this record, then the time taken to access this record is also n. So whether you want to access first record or last record or any record in between, the time required would be same because all you need to do is jump to that record, know the location of that record, and simply jump to that record. While in sequential access, the time required to access the first record is, let's say, n. Then the time required to access the last record would be n plus some major amount of time, which is not a very good thing. Uh, Next is these are some noteworthy points and quite important points. So first we need to know the actual storage position of every record in the file. So that's our identifying key, which relates to its actual storage position in the file. The computer can directly locate the key to find the desired record without having to search through any other record first. So I've already explained this point. The records are stored randomly, hence the name random file, and it uses an online system where response and updation are fast. The next slide is the advantages and disadvantages of this file access method. So the advantages are records can be immediately accessed for updation. What that means is ki, uh, you can go to any record randomly and edit that record as and when required. Several files can be simultaneously updated during transaction processing. So let's say you have two files. One is for sales and one is for employee, and there is a use case where you have to update the records in both the files for some unique key. So in case of this random access, you can update the records in both the files by knowing the location of the records in both the files. While in sequential access, what you would have to do is first you'll have to update the record in employee file, then you'll have to update the record in sales file while accessing all the records before it. The next is transaction need not be sorted because we have the location of each record, and we can directly like move to that record with that identifying key. Existing records can be amended or modified. This has been covered in previous points. Very easy to handle random inquiries. What that means is we have the key, we directly go to that location and handle the inquiry made by the user. Most suitable for interactive online applications. Next, we'll cover the disadvantages. So, disadvantages. The first advantage is that data may be accidentally erased or overwritten unless special precautions are taken. So, a case might be where two users are trying to access the same file, and while and the chance might occur that both the users are trying to edit the same record are trying to edit the same record. So in that case, one of the data might actually be not retained because of the time they update the record, or due to several other reasons. So one of the record might get lost. Risk of loss of accuracy and breach of security. Special backup and reconstruction procedures must be established. We can see that random access can cause security problems in various organizations because users may be able to access confidential information while still not having access to the records. Next is less efficient use of storage space. Next is expensive hardware and software are required. So to maintain the key and several security mechanism, expensive hardware and software is required, and high complexity in programming because you have to maintain the data for the keys as well as to update the records.